What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? My name is David Franco, and welcome to another video game collection video. I think I should move over a little bit. So, a while ago, I started a series, if you will, where I talked about just that, my video game collection. And I started with bigger collections, such as my PlayStation 1 collection, Dreamcast collection, and all that stuff. And then I kind of took a break because I got obsessed with my Switch 2. And I'm still obsessed with it, not gonna lie. So definitely stay tuned for more Switch 2 content in the near future. But I figured we'd give Sony some love. And we'd talk about my PlayStation 2 collection today. Now, as you can probably see, I mean, to me anyway, this is not a ton of games. Unfortunately, a while ago, I went through a major selling phase, and I sold a bunch of games that were worth some good money. Such as Parappa the Rapper 2. Please forgive me, Parappa. Please forgive me. I sold that for $69. No, seriously, $69. I just looked it up. And I definitely regret selling that because I'm a huge fan of Parappa the Rapper, but I don't totally regret selling it because I thought the first Parappa the Rapper was so much better than the second. The second wasn't bad. It's just it wasn't as special to me as the first one. And you'll also notice in this collection, I'm missing Silent Hill 2, and I think Silent Hill 3. Silent Hill 2, no joke, I sold for $105 on eBay a while ago. I'm currently playing it in the background. So I don't really regret selling that because I think I own the Silent Hill HD collection or whatever they called it on the Xbox or Xbox 360, one of those. So basically, if I want the Silent Hill 2 experience, I still have it and I don't necessarily need to play it on the PlayStation 2. And I'm sure there's a few other games missing in its collection. So if you want to go back 15 years, literally 15 years ago, guys, I made my first PlayStation 2 collection video. That is linked right below. Check it out. And ironically, I probably have more games in that collection than you're going to see today. Okay, so in an effort to hopefully keep this thing short, well, let's just jump right into it. First up, and by the way, it is in alphabetical order going from bottom to top because these sit in my basement like this on the shelf horizontally. So in case you're wondering, yeah, there's no real order of favoritism or anything like that, but they are in alphabetical order going backwards for today. Okay, so first up, we love Kadamari. This is the sequel to Kadamari Damashi. Definitely a lesser played game because a lot of people have no idea, what Kadamari Damashi is. However, I have good news for you. Kadamari Damashi is available on the Switch, so if you're curious about the game, check it out. Anyway, we love Kadamari. Ironically, because of the love, I don't recall loving this as much as I loved the first one because it was just so weird, and I guess by then the novelty kind of worn off. But I will say this is a really cool concept. You're basically rolling up a tiny ball that gets bigger and bigger because you're literally just rolling up things, bicycles, and eventually animals and houses and I think people and all that stuff. So guys, check it out. This is definitely a unique experience, and honestly, it's kind of hard to explain. It's the kind of game that you're just going to have to play for yourself, and believe me. Twisted Metal Black. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is this not the last Twisted Metal game that we ever received? Answer me this question. Why did we get a very cheesy, in my opinion, a very cheesy Twisted Metal series on Peacock? Like, I don't understand who's asking for that, but we didn't get a game. Like, why not put effort into giving us a new Twisted Metal game? Like, why give us a cheesy Twisted Metal series? And yes, I've tried a few episodes. It's okay. It's incredibly just that cheesy. I just didn't really enjoy it all that much. But I do recall Twisted Metal Black being a phenomenal experience, quite dark for its time, and just overall a great game. And I'm so glad I own this. And I'm actually curious to see how much it's worth on eBay. Not that I want to sell it, but I feel like a lot of people don't own the Black Label, so I'm honored to own this game. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, I believe the first Tony Hawk game ever to support online play, and yes, that is true. I have the Greatest Hits edition. For whatever reason, I never owned the Black Label. I'm not sure why, but there it is. However, my favorite in the series is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 on the PS1 and the Dreamcast. I'll never forget going from the PS1 to the Dreamcast version. Actually, I don't know if I own it on the Dreamcast, but I definitely played a demo thanks to the official Sega Dreamcast magazine. God, I miss those days. and I was blown away by the graphics because the PS1 wasn't really all that sharp of a console, and obviously the Dreamcast was far, far more advanced than the PS1. But yeah, guys, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, great game from what I recall, and again, it's supported online. You could actually play this on a 56K dial-up modem, which I do have attached. Actually, no, I think I have the Ethernet adapter now. Theme Park Roller Coaster. This is a theme park simulator in a way. Think Roller Coaster Tycoon, but in 3D, and from what I recall, yes, I'm going to be saying that a lot today, I loved this game. Now, nothing you can say or do will ever change my mind. A theme park simulation game will always and infinitely be better on a mouse and keyboard. Trust me, I get that. I'm a PC gamer as well as a console gamer, but there is something really nice about sitting on the comfort of your couch and building a theme park and just having fun. And honestly, I might get back into this. This is actually a lot of fun. Star Wars Starfighter. This game will always be special to me because it was my first ever PlayStation 2 game. I loved this game back then. These graphics just absolutely blew my mind, and I'm by no means a Star Wars nerd. I just don't really care about Star Wars all that much. I know, people are gonna hate that, but it's the truth, guys. I'm not gonna force myself into something I'm just not into. I like Star Wars, I'm just not heavily into it. But anyway, I'm saying that for a reason because I don't own a ton of Star Wars games, but this is definitely one of those games that I'm honored to own because, again, it was my first ever PlayStation 2 game. Sonic Mega Collection Plus. Wow, this is in phenomenal condition. And yes, if you haven't noticed, most of my games are in near perfect condition. Not because I didn't play them, it's just as a kid, even back then, I took care of my stuff. And I'm saying that because you wouldn't believe the crap I see at Goodwill. Discs scratched beyond belief. Just, I don't understand what people are doing with their games. Anyway, this is just a mega collection, if you will, hence why it's called Mega Collection of classic Sonic games. And I believe my friend Anthony actually bought this for me. I think it was for my birthday or Christmas, and I'll never forget. I mean, I was actually surprised because, well, we were in high school back then, and I'm like, dude, you're spending money on me on a video game? Or maybe this was after high school, I don't know. But either way, thank you, Anthony, if you're watching. But I know you're not. Maybe you are, I don't know. And yes, that light's a little distracting. I gotta get better lighting in here without having the reflection on the TV. SOCOM 2, US Navy SEALs, and SOCOM US Navy SEALs. Let's talk about both of these together. These were amazing. So keep in mind, back then, back in my day, online gaming was unheard of before the days of the Dreamcast and the PlayStation 2. I mean, at least in regards to console gaming, it just was not possible. So to have this kind of experience on the PlayStation 2 was amazing. Guys, I was absolutely obsessed with SOCOM 1. I don't recall playing SOCOM 2 too much for whatever reason. I just think this may have meant more to me. I forget the map name, but I mean, I could just Google it. But it was like the main map most people played, where you basically had to rescue a hostage. She was like locked behind bars in some kind of jail. It was like to the right side of the map. Maybe it was to the left. I want to say it was to the right. And basically you had to rescue the hostage without the enemy team online players, actual people, stopping you. So yeah, guys, this game was a lot of fun. And fun fact, I was actually part of a clan. We actually used to schedule these, meetings or these sessions where, we would just practice gaming together in our comms back then. And it was really cool. Like I was actually part of a clan, and it was a cool feeling. It was a really cool feeling because, again, back then, this stuff was brand new to us. Smash Cars. Never played this in Ski-Doo, Snow X Racing, or Snow Racing X. I found both of these games at Goodwill. Haven't played either of them. I probably will eventually, but you guys gotta understand, I just recently got back into video game collecting, so anytime I find a video game at places like Goodwill or yard sales, not that I go yard selling or whatever, basically I just want to get my hands on games for cheap, from Goodwill, eBay, whatever, because I'm trying to build my collection, and well, I found these games along the way. Eventually I'll play them, but I don't really care about them. I think I got each game for like $3 or $4, so definitely worth it. And question for you, would you like me to make a video where I basically go on eBay and I order a ton of video games and then I show off those video games on camera? I mean, I think that could be a lot of fun. You know, saying like, you know, I bought 40 games for the PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360, and I give you thoughts on each one of them. So I think, you know, that could be a lot of fun. Okay, The Sims, dude. To get The Sims on a home console, just like Theme Park Roller Coaster, it was a huge deal back then. Now, I'll basically echo what I said before. The Sims will always be better on PC with mouse and keyboard. But again, like, guys, I'll say it one more time. To have the Sims experience in your living room or bedroom, for me, it was my bedroom, on a PlayStation 2 console, that was really cool back then. And I actually wouldn't mind possibly revisiting this at some point. And I'm looking at the graphics now. In my opinion, they may have aged pretty well. Now, of course, I can play the game and say it looks like total crap, but looking at the box, it actually looks pretty good. Rated teen for mature sexual themes. Mommy, what's that mean? Real Fishing 3, another game I bought at Goodwill for like $3 or $4. This, I can guarantee you, never gonna play it. I'm just not a fishing guy, but I'm trying to build my collection, so I figured why not add it. Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. Never finished this game as a kid. I'm ashamed to say that, but I'm honored to say that I have the black label. Everything is in absolutely perfect condition. The disc should look good, because again, yep, look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. I am proud of younger David. Like, I took care of my stuff back then. Please don't abuse your games. Like, these come from developers that put hours upon hours and days and sometimes years with bigger games of their hard work and their time into making games like this possible, especially Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. One of my favorite memories, ironically, is not really playing the game, because obviously I loved it, but renting Zone of Enders, Zoe, whatever you want to say. I believe it was from Blockbuster. I literally rented Zone of Enders because back then, if you rented Zone of Enders, it included a demo of Metal Gear Solid 2. And guys, back in my day, getting your hands on a demo wasn't really that easy because we couldn't download things back then. Meaning that we either had to find demos in things like PlayStation Underground or magazines, which I did all the time. But I mean, you had to wait like every month or every quarter for that to happen. When I found out that Metal Gear Solid 2, the demo was part of Zone of Enders, I literally rented it just for this. And guys, this game blew my mind. Fun fact, Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty actually taught me what a magazine was. Because back as a kid, or I shouldn't say kid, I was more of a teenager. Teens are technically kids. You're not an adult until you're an adult. But anyway, that aside, I recall seeing things called magazines on the ground. But back then, I only thought of a magazine as something you know, opened and read, like my video game magazines. I used to have hundreds of them. I threw them out eventually, which I regret. But thankfully, I still have the one that features my name in it. I mean, my drawing and my name. And if you want, I'll make a video on that in the future. But yeah, so I found these things called magazines, and now I know what magazines are in relation to, you know, weapons. So that's a memory I'll never forget. And guys, speaking seriously for a second, Sons of Liberty, yeah, again, I never beat it, but I do recall absolutely loving it. I've always been a big stealth fan, from Splinter Cell to Metal Gear Solid to Assassin's Creed here and there. I'm not a huge Assassin's Creed guy, but I just love stealth. And the fact that you can hide in lockers and hide in boxes, it was amazing. Oh, also, fun fact, and then I'll finally move on. I actually just bought the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 on my Switch 2. Technically, it's a Switch 1 game, but I bought it on my Switch 2, and I got it for $11 after my $20 eShop gift card. As of yesterday, it was 50% off, just $30. $30, and you get the original Metal Gear games. I think Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2, I could be wrong. But I know for a fact you get Metal Gear Solid, you know, the PS1 version, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, as well as Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. And that one I've never played. I never played Snake Eater, so I'm excited to jump into all of those games eventually on the Switch too. Buy it while you can, that sale's gonna end eventually. Medal of Honor Frontline. This game blew my mind. I will never forget storming the beach. I think it was Normandy Beach, right? Yep. Basically, when you get past the beach part and you get into the not trenches, maybe trenches, basically the base where the, you know, the bad people were residing with their weapons. I will never forget younger David, like, looking down at the beach. I'm like, whoa, I just came from up there on the boat, you know, jumped off the boat, jumped onto the beach, fought my way up the beach, and now I'm up here in this bunker. There you go. Or bunker? I don't know the word, guys. But basically, I was above where I started as the player. And for me, that will always be special to me. Like, I thought that was incredible level design. And, I mean, the fact that it's still sticking to me now as a 39-year-old adult, that says everything. That right there is good game design. I love that. Mad Maestro. So, this is a weird game. I don't recall playing it too much, but I got this alongside... Oh, do I not own Mr. Mosquito? I thought I had Mr. Mosquito. I just relate the two games because I think they're both from the same developer. Okay, so basically Mr. Mosquito, you literally played as a mosquito and you would land on people and suck their blood and everything. It was a really cool concept. It was so weird but cool. And Mad Maestro, I don't recall playing this one as much, but I definitely recall really enjoying Mr. Mosquito because back then I was like, wow, this game is so weird. I just gotta play it. And I think those games came to Japan first. I could be wrong. So to have a weird game like Mr. Mosquito in America is actually kind of a big deal. At least to me it was. Now I'm wondering, where is Mr. Mosquito? I didn't sell that, did I? Hold on, let me search my email real quick. I hope I didn't sell that. Mr. How do you spell mosquito? Is it M-O? Mosquito. Yeah, it's M-O. Mr. Mosquito. Okay, nothing found. So maybe I never owned it. Maybe I only like played a demo or I got it from somewhere, or I might have the disc only and not the box for whatever reason, you know, the actual case and manual. But I definitely played a lot of it. Now I'm second guessing myself. All right, Kadamari Damashi, going back to the beginning of the video. This is the original Kadamari Damashi. I love this game. And on the top it says, the rolling, sticking, never stopping, ever swelling clump of stuff that makes a star out of everyone and everything. Dude, I'm telling you, look at this. You could roll up, actually this one's better. Roll up big things such as Ferris wheels and stadiums and a freaking freighter or Titanic or whatever that was. It was cool. This is a really cool concept. I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much as I did back then just because I think the novelty is worn off, but I'm glad I own that. Karaoke Revolution. Younger David. Just singing to his heart's content. I'm checking the overall condition. Yep, once again. Perfect. I know I had the microphone for this, as it literally says headset microphone required. That microphone might be downstairs in my basement, but it's exactly what it sounds like. Karaoke Revolution, singing horribly and having a good time. So, good times. Grand Theft Auto Vice City, my favorite classic Grand Theft Auto game. This is the game that literally got me into 80s music. I was obsessed with 80s music back then, and I'll never forget driving to my first job. I was a busboy at an Italian restaurant, and I would just absolutely blast 80s music in my car. And one of the cooks there, he was a cool guy. I think his name was Dan. It's weird I remember that. It's been like over 20 years at this point. One day when I got to work, he kind of made fun of me. He's like, dude, really? You blasting your 80s music? I'm like, oh yeah, or whatever I said back then. But guys, Vice City will always be special to me. Again, this is my favorite classic GTA game. My favorite nowadays is obviously GTA 5, just because it's so open world. I mean, they're obviously all open world, but I really enjoyed, you know, switching from Franklin to Michael and Trevor and all that good stuff. I'm hoping GTA 6 has some kind of character switching. I think it will, because we're playing as two different characters. But anyway, Vice City will always be my favorite classic GTA. Gotta be honest, guys, I never beat this game. I never beat it. I never got around to beating it. And I never beat 3 or San Andreas either. Or maybe I did beat 3. I don't know. It's been so long. But I can tell you this. I definitely beat 4, and I definitely beat 5. At least I'm pretty sure I beat 4. But I definitely beat 5. I beat 5. Because I think I went with option C, was it? I don't remember exactly, but I know for a fact I beat GTA 5 and loved every minute of it. Anyway, Vice City, awesome. San Andreas, my least favorite of the classic GTAs. People are gonna hate me for saying this. People treat this game like it's a freaking masterpiece. I'm sorry. Like, Yeah, I like CJ and all that stuff, and the hot coffee mod and whatever, that was hilarious. But this didn't stick with me. It didn't stick with me like Vice City and 3 did, especially 3. 3 blew my mind, because back then we had nothing like that game, you know? But San Andreas, like, it was a good game from what I can recall. I didn't like the whole, you know, you eat, you get fatter kind of thing. I thought that was kind of stupid. I wasn't a big fan of that at all. But I recall, like, not hating the game. I just didn't love it. I did not love San Andreas like I loved Vice City and GTA 3. That is definitely an unpopular opinion, because I know for a fact a lot of people think this is the best one. And that's fine. That's your opinion. I've got my opinions as well. And speaking of my opinion, GTA 3. It's like, this game is incredible. I think it's so much better than San Andreas. I love this game. And dude, check this out. I still have the original manual. I have the map. Yo, this alone is probably worth like 20 bucks. Not even joking. And I have the registration card. Did anyone ever fill these out? Apparently I filled one of mine out a while ago when I was going through my stuff. But I never sent it in. I guess I just wanted to fill it out. Now this should be interesting. Is the overall condition of the disc good? Oh my god. It's perfect. I mean, there's a fingerprint here and there, but it just looks so good. Dude, I took such good care of my stuff back then. And I still do. Anyway, GTA 3, as younger David, this game blew my freaking mind. Again, I never beat the game because I think I did what a lot of people did. I would just get distracted and try to get all my stars and kill every person in sight. This game made the headlines for a reason. Like, people hated this game on the news, like video games cause violence. No. Mental health causes violence. But yo, seriously, this game, guys, I don't gotta tell you, it's Grand Theft Auto freaking 3. Come on. Alright. iToy Anti-Grav. This game I have absolutely no memory of playing. Like, I'm not even joking. I do not remember playing this. Maybe I got it for cheap, maybe I got it for Christmas. But hey, I still own the PlayStation 2 iToy camera, so maybe I'll try this at some point. But this one I definitely played. Is this the one with window washing? Yeah, dude. Window freaking washing using a camera. You're gonna hear me say this a lot. Back then, it was a big deal to have a camera hooked up to your console, and the fact that you could actually interact with said game. Like, it was amazing. It was amazing. Nowadays, I hate to say it, we kind of take it for granted that we can just hook up a camera like this and just talk. But back then, it just was not a common thing to have a camera like this, especially a camera this tiny, you know, just hanging out in your bedroom. This is really cool, guys. I have amazing memories of playing the window washing game. I mean, I think most people think of window washing when it comes to the PlayStation 2 iToy camera. Eve of Extinction. Guys, I know nothing about this game. I must have found it at Goodwill for cheap. Yep, there's the Goodwill sticker. It looks like I rips most of it off. I know nothing about it, but I wanted to add it to my collection because it's a game I don't really know much about. It is Eidos, the makers of Tomb Raider. Let me see the disc. Yeah, wow, this disc looks great. I almost said something else there, ladies. You know what I'm talking about. And finally, last but certainly not least, let's end it on a positive note. Dead or Alive 2. Hardcore. Dude, I used to be a huge fan of Dead or Alive. I loved these games for 2 reasons. Left and right, you know what I'm saying. Boinga, boinga, boinga. Younger David was horny back then. So anytime I saw a fighter that I could have, you know, women's goods bouncing up and down in my face, obviously I'm going to play said game. And well, Dead or Alive 2 Hardcore is one of those games. And honestly, it's the same reason why I own Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball on the OG Xbox. And I'll be making a video about that in the future. I didn't make that video yet, did I? No, that's going to be a long video. That's going to be like a 40-minute video. Anyway, Dead or Alive 3 is still my favorite one because that was my first OG Xbox game. And back then, those graphics blew my mind. But Dead or Alive 2 Hardcore, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I don't have really strong memories of playing this one because, again, I was more of a Dead or Alive 3 fan. But I know for a fact I love this game. I mean, I don't have to really recall strong memories because it's a fighter. I mean, a lot of these fighters blend in. For example, Mortal Kombat. A lot of those games feel similar, but I just love Mortal Kombat games in general, at least the older ones. I haven't played the new Mortal Kombat 1 yet, but I will eventually. And there you go. And guys, please keep in mind, again, going back, to the beginning of the video, this is technically it is my complete collection now. But back then I had a lot more games because a while ago I went through a selling frenzy on eBay. I just wanted to make money. And unfortunately in the process, I sold games like Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3. But I'll say it again. I believe I own the Silent Hill HD collection on one of my consoles. I think Xbox or Xbox 360, one of them. But yeah, the point is I can go back and play those games. I don't necessarily need games on, the console that they originated. So anyway, there you guys have it. There is my PlayStation 2 collection. Now, of course, this is going to grow over time as I find more games on eBay and Goodwill. So if you want, I'll keep you updated on my video game collecting haul process, or whatever you want to call it. Thank you so much. Hope you guys are having a great day. Happy gaming. I'll talk to you soon.